Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan Battle video. And today we're going to talk about a controversial topic. So we're going to talk about the, I guess, quote-unquote Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. We have gotten their kits revealed and all of that. So there's a few things I want to talk about in this video. And I'm recording this right after there's been some data downloads and stuff. We got a little bit more information, like we know what the banners are. So I'm going to talk about that as well. But a couple of things I want to address in the videos. I do think, Twitter's been kind of blown up about this. There's a lot of people very upset with the units. And while I do feel like some disappointment is justified, I also kind of in this video want to explain. I'm not going to defend Dokkan because I think I agree with what people are saying in their disappointment. But just to say let's chill. It's not as bad as I think what people are making it out to be in terms of the units and the celebration, all that, right? And I'm going to talk about some things that kind of compare that. But I definitely agree with disappointment out there. If you're disappointed, definitely, agree with you. I just don't think it's as bad as, what people are saying. And I'll talk about why, right? And I think part of it, too, is because this type of celebration is a little bit unprecedented. So I don't think we have a lot to compare it to, but we'll talk about it. But first, what I want to do is I'm going to go through the kits. And I'm just going to give you my impression of the kits and kind of what I think of the units. Now, this is on paper. I think I really want to see videos before I'm really going to judge them and say, oh, they're really, really good or oh, they're really, really bad. But we'll kind of take a look and see what they're looking like. And then what I want to do is I kind of want to compare them to previous New Year celebrations. And I'm going to take this from a global perspective, okay? So I'm going to look at previous global New Year celebrations and kind of compare. And then we'll look at what the new banners or what we know of the banners that they're going to have. And we're going to see what that looks like as well, right? So let's go ahead and let's look at our boy. So this is Piccolo Power Awakening, okay? And I'm just going to say it right off the bat. The reason why people are disappointed is because Piccolo Power Awakening is an active skill giant form Orange Piccolo, and that's it. And then he just goes back to Power Awakening. So he's not, you don't really play as Orange Piccolo, right? I think people are more disappointed in Gohan because Gohan is what people were kind of fearing, which is an active skill special beam cannon as Beast Gohan, but that's it. You don't actually play as Beast Gohan. And I get that there is a ton of disappointment there, right? So that's the big thing. But what I will say for Piccolo for me is still hype because this, even though we're only using really Power Awakening Piccolo, this is still a new named Piccolo and a very good step in the right direction for Namekians. And there is still the opening to have a standalone Orange Piccolo and the opening to have a giant form Orange Piccolo, right? So there's still openings for more names when they want to get into the Namekian stuff. I was kind of hoping they would do a little Namekian push here, but they didn't. But maybe they'll save that for a Cell Saga and do a Cell Saga Dende, or maybe during Universal Survival Saga they could easy the duplication Piccolo and then the Universe 6 Namekians. I just know whenever they decide to drop a Dende, it's got to be when they're finally buffing Namekians because Dende needs to be in the game. It's just crazy. Sorry, let's look at Piccolo here. So we'll go into his stuff here, and this is from the global official Twitter. So Gohan and Piccolo both get a new category called Superheroes. Now, I haven't looked at exactly what that is, but I'm going to assume it's pretty much the main hero characters from the superhero movie, and then Gamma 1 and 2, and then probably Great Saiyaman type units is my guess. It's I feel like this is going to be very similar to Defenders of Justice, to be honest. But probably a little bit more limited, right? So we'll see. So it's Superheroes and then Battle of Wits. I do like that Battle of Wits is getting a full 170 because I believe prior to this Battle of Wits only had 150. So having a full Battle of Wits, I'm cool with that. And it is good because that's a category that other Vegetos and things might fit on. You could do some fun stuff with that, right? So it's key 3, 170 sets, and then 30% for characters that are on Bond of Master and Disciple and Movie Heroes. In my prediction video, I did predict Movie Heroes to be the 30. And I do like that they did combo it with Bond of Master and Disciple because I think they want to hit Bond of Master and Disciple, but they know that that's not going to be hype enough or big enough. So they throw Movie Heroes on there to give it more breadth, right? To make it bigger so it's easier to get more 200% units. So I like that. That's fine. I don't think I have any problem with either of their leader skills. I think they're fine. And Piccolo, I'll tell you, my initial reaction on Piccolo is I actually kind of like Piccolo, and I think he's probably better than Gohan. But once again, I'm not going to like fully lay judgment until I've actually seen them in game, right? So Piccolo here on his super attack effect, you can see he does greatly raise defense. So he stacks defense and then raises attack for 1 turn. And he has a giant form. That'll come. We'll see it more specifically. I think he only stacks on his 12 key though. We'll double check it. So here's his passive. He has an entrance animation. He's attacking defense 100 at the start of turn. Guards all attacks for 3 turns. But there has to be another Bond Master and Disciple ally on the team at the start of the character's turn. I think that's pretty easy. Just to like pick one good Bond Master and Disciple and get them on the team. I think that's doable. The fact that it's on the team and not on the rotation, I think is a lot better, right? Then he gets attack and defense 150 plus an additional key 1 per key sphere obtained. So they have like the old int Gohan mechanic, right? Damage reduction of 20% just for free, so I like that. Plus an additional attack and defense 30 with each attack received up to 150. So this to me, I just like this skeleton. And this is kind of reminding me of almost like the LR Goku Black and Zamasu unit. Where like you have, so this unit, what they've got is they've got the guard for 3 turns while they're building up, right? So then I like that setup where I'm guarding and then I'm building up, and then by the time I lose my guard, his defense hopefully will be high enough, and he's got just like a for free 20% damage reduction. But yeah, he is seeming kind of similar to that LR Rose Zamasu unit. And then all allies key 2 within the same turn after receiving an attack. So it's like, I feel like this Piccolo is kind of built for slot 1, so he is kind of a 2-key support, assuming he actually gets hit. This part, his last part, I really like. It's just hard to activate, right? I hate that this HP restriction is so low. So if HP is 30% or less at the start of their attacking turn, after the character receives an attack 7 or more times in battle. So, dude, that's tough. That's like a super restrictive part of his passive. But if you get it, it's full HP recovery once only, plus an additional damage reduction of 30% starting from that turn. So, dude, if you ever get this off, he's going to be ridiculous, because then he's going to have 50% damage reduction. He's going to be fully built up by then and have a lot of defense. I think Piccolo's going to be looking pretty good. It's just, I wouldn't count on seeing this 30% or lower after taking 7 hits. Like, that's tough. Like, in Red Zone, you can get below 30%, but you could do that like turn 1. And Piccolo maybe doesn't have 7 hits at that point. So, you look at him on paper and he's just not like, oh my god, best unit in the game. I think part of the reason why the disappointment is so high here, it's not because the characters are like bad, because I don't think either of them are bad. I think people's expectations were like through the roof, like way too high. And part of it is there's other content creators out there that are like, because it was brought up on Twitter, like, I don't know, what if their active skill is just, they only transform for the active skill and they don't actually transform. And I know some prominent YouTubers like, no, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't like spend the time to make these sprites if they wouldn't do that. Well, they went and did it. And so I think expectations were set really high that we were just so convinced that these were going to be actual transformation units. We were so convinced that these were going to be probably the best units in the game. And I mean, Dokkan should have made them the best units in the game. There's no reason not to. Especially on JP right now, because it is like right before anniversary. And they made these units actually more skippable. And actually, when we look at the banners, the banners are actually not good. So there's a lot of fumbles here. So I'm definitely not defending Dokkan. But I am saying it's not as bad as what people think. I think it just seems worse because expectations are way too high. I think Piccolo is going to be really good. And I'm really excited for Piccolo because he's a new named character in the game. And I'm excited to play with him, try to link him with other Piccolos and see what he can do. Now, I've heard people complain about the link set. So let's see what he's got. It's Brainiacs, Solid Support, Namekians, Power Bestowed by God. Yeah, that one kind of hurts. Fierce Battle. Transform. That is a bad link. And then Legendary Power. Okay, so here's the thing. I'll have to look at Gohan. I'll have to check Gohan's links, but I remember when I did my prediction video on these guys, I guess I never really thought Piccolo would get Power Bestowed by God, but I guess it is like a power from Shenron, right? So if Beast Gohan has this, my theory was in the video is if they could share at least 3 to 4 links, I would be happy with them. And I could see Gohan and Piccolo. I'll have to look. We'll look at Gohan's links. I haven't actually looked at them, but they'll be legendary power and fierce battle. So that's 2. And then if they're sharing power bestowed by God, that isn't the worst. Like 3 is enough. But yeah, transform for Piccolo, like that is like a kick in the nads. That you're not getting that with anybody. And then Namekians, you're only going to get that with other Piccolos. The problem is other Piccolos aren't having power bestowed by God, and there's no LR Piccolos other than like the really crappy World Tournament one. So how are you getting legendary power on a Piccolo unit? Unless it's like a Goku Piccolo, but then you're not getting Namekians because it's Goku and Piccolo, right? Brainiacs is a pretty common Piccolo link. Solid support, I'm not sure how many Piccolos have... Yeah, I get why people complain about it, because ideally what you want is you want this guy to be like a 5 or higher link partner with like other Piccolos, and he's not that. Right, I see him probably linking better with like a Gohan unit, like because some Gohans I think might have solid support. I know I think the free to play Gohan has Brainiacs because it's like the smarter adult. I think we'd have to double check, but it'll be interesting to see as things flesh out like what their actual best linking partners are. But yeah, I definitely see some issues with the links there. So his active skill is a giant transformation, activated when all allies in the same turn are superheroes, starting from the 3rd turn. So that's actually a really easy transformation. Once again, it's going to depend on how limited superheroes is, but specifically with how many Dragon Ball superhero good character, like the Gammas, like, you know, you're going to have Gammas around on a team probably with these guys. So like the Gammas alone are going to be good enough that like you're going to have that, right? And the Gammas do support. So I think, you know, having... You know, I guess I'm going to envision the team being like Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo, and 2 Gammas as like the start of your team, and it's probably going to be a pretty good team. It's just the linking is going to be pretty wonky all the way around other than just linking the Gammas together. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Or when facing one enemy starting from the 6th turn. So if you don't want to have all superheroes, you can do it from... But this is pretty easy. Now, the bad part is giant transformations are kind of throwaways in the game. I think they did do a little bit more with Piccolo, but I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking. I don't think its damage is going to be that good. So greatly raises defense and raises attack. Oh, so this is the super attack effect from before. So, yeah, so his 12 key is actually a great defense raise. And then his 18 key is greatly raises attack and defense for... Oh, does Piccolo not stack defense? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So it's greatly stacking defense, and that does not have a turn restriction. A great raise, that's actually really good. So infinite stacking on a great raise, and then raises attack for 1 turn. And then down here, it's greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Okay, so what you would want with Piccolo is you would either want to go for the 18 and hope for additionals, or early on you may want to target that 12 key super, because I don't think... See, with characters like this, I like them to have built-in additional, which I don't remember that Piccolo had, right? With each attack received. Yeah, see, Piccolo, because what it is Gohan is a build-up by attacking, and Piccolo is a build-up through getting hit. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure on my prediction, I did something very similar to this. I think I actually hit some of their kits pretty decently. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure I did do that in my prediction. So if any of you watched my prediction video, I don't even remember my own prediction. I guess I could go look back in my Google document. But I'm pretty sure I built Piccolo to be defensive, and he built up through getting hit, and I did Gohan offensive, built up through attacking, I think. We'll see. I'd have to go. But this is the part I don't like, I guess, about Piccolo. This reminds me of STR Vegito pre-Easy A, because he was the same way, where his 18 key was a 1 turn, but his 12 key was the infinite stack. And with STR Vegito, you used to want to target the 12 key. Now with Vegito's Easy A, they made it so that you target the 18, he gets guaranteed additionals from that, which then you'd still get your 12 key stacks. So Piccolo, you're definitely going to want to put additional on this guy, because you want to get as many 12 keys as possible to stack his defense, right? And here's the thing, stacking, like 20% damage reduction doesn't seem crazy, but he's stacking defense. I actually do think this Piccolo's good. Like, I think he's going to look really, really good. And look at his team set. Hold on. Look, he's on 1 million teams. And there's teams like Revenge, Worthy Rivals, Rapid Growth. Like, there are teams here that need help. Giant, oh, he's going to be a god for Giant form. Like, he's going to be the GOAT over there. So, ooh, powerful comeback, actually. So you can put him on Carnival Goku's leader skill. That's actually pretty nice. Connected Hope needs help. So he is a good buff for a lot of teams. So I think Piccolo's fine. He's solid for sure. Yeah, and then we've got the explosive demon wave. So this is his transform. Hold on. So greatly raises attack and defense for one turn. Does mega colossal, lowers attack and defense. And that's the other super attack we saw there. Okay. Actually, this is his regular super attack effect. Yeah, and he's got special beam cannon. That's awesome. Love it. Okay, let's go. I think that's it. Now, oh yeah, I've got his, I've got his great ape form here, or his giant form here. So this is what the giant form looks like. So that was all just the regular Piccolo stuff, right? So I was just reiterating the super attacks there. So none of this is really going to change on the leader skill when he's transformed. But basically what he's going to do for his passive, he just gets an additional 2 ki per ki sphere obtained. That's very good for a giant transformation. Because the big thing with giant transformation is you don't get any links. Including ki, you can't link with anybody. So giving him a double ki mechanic here is actually really good. And then launches an additional, has a medium chance of becoming a super. Like, that's decent. What you really want in giant form is, like, guaranteed crits. And here's the thing with this Piccolo. Like, he doesn't have any built-in crit. And with the giant form, you're going to want crit. So, like, this Piccolo, and he also wants to get hit. This is a character where I really see no room to give him dodge. I feel like you really want to invest crit in additionals because you need additionals to build his defense stacking. And you're going to want crit to take advantage of the giant form, and you just want crit to do more damage in the kit, and he doesn't have any built in. So I'd say that's the biggest flaw with this Piccolo is no built-in crit. Okay. Decent enough. Okay, and then here, they greatly raise attack temporarily, does destructive damage, and then the 18 key is massively raises attack in temporarily and then causes destructive damage. So, I don't know, I'll be curious to see what the damage is, but I'm used to these, like, giant transformations doing, like, 1 mil damage. Now, this Piccolo is definitely going to do more than that. I'm hoping he can put up at least, like, 3 mil attack stats in giant form. I know that still doesn't seem crazy, but you guys can't expect much out of these giant forms. Now, if he's coming out doing, like, 6, 7, 8, 9 mil attack stats in giant form, that'll actually be significant, because those aren't, like, throwaway attack stats. And these are, like, free turns, right? But we'll have to see what the numbers actually look like. Because I'm not sure what the modifier for destructive damage is. It's not a modifier we see often, so I'm not familiar with where that falls. You know, is it better than Mega Colossal, or is it like immense? Like I don't know. So I'm sure someone out there knows. So if you know, you can put it in the comments. But I'm not expecting too much, but it is an easy transformation to do, which could save you. Like, let's say you're in red zone, right, and you're doing like red zone Omega, and you know where the super is coming. Just giant ape that turn, get a free turn in, right? Kind of crazy. All right, so that's all that stuff we already saw there. So there's Orange Piccolo. Now, let's talk about our boy Gohan. Gohan is definitely the more controversial unit, the one that everybody's really upset about. And once again, the main thing is it's just an ultimate Gohan. He's Beast Gohan for a split second for the transformation. Now, if I wanted to kind of like play devil's advocate here with Dokkan, which I know I don't actually agree with this, but you could argue that, like, literally in the movie, Gohan's like, Beast Gohan, Special Beam Cannon, I'm out. And that's really what they did here. He's ultimate, goes Beast Gohan, does the Special Beam Cannon, and he says, I'm out. But obviously, we've seen Dokkan make animations for characters. They very clearly could have done that. So the big disappointment here. So going into Gohan without even seeing his kit, I think people were upset the moment they found out he isn't actually a transformation unit, right? So let's look at his kit and see what we think of it, or at least what I think of it here. So superheroes are hybrid Saiyans. So this is a loaded leader skill. I mean, Gohan's definitely got the better leader skill because hybrids is a huge category. And then superheroes definitely have some good units on it, right? And then 30% for movie heroes, and then bond of parent and child. So bond of parent and child is a huge category. Hybrid Saiyans is a huge, like, this is going to be a huge 200% pool that you can get on Gohan. So I will say that is a big plus for this Gohan. You got a big pool for 200. Because movie heroes, bond of parent and child. So, like, just if you look at just hybrid Saiyans, there are a ton of hybrids that will fit into bond or movies, right? Like, a ton. And then superheroes, once again, that's probably more limited. But my guess is like almost every superhero, like most of the good ones obviously are going to be from the superhero movies, so they're going to be on movie heroes. So there's a lot of 200% coverage here. So let's look at Gohan's passive. So activates an entrance animation, attack and defense 100, same as Piccolo. So, and he also guards attacks for 3 turns like Piccolo. And you just have to have a bond of parent and child category ally on the team. at the start of the turn. And that's easier to activate than Piccolo's even. Because Bond of Parent-Child is that ridiculous Trunks Vegeta category we just got, right? Attack and defense 150, plus an additional 1 key per key sphere obtained, so that old Ink Gohan mechanic, plus an additional attack and defense 30% with each super attack performed up to 150. Okay, so this Gohan builds up to 150 attack and defense with attack performed. Piccolo builds up to it by getting hit. So up until this point, they're basically the same unit, except Gohan has to attack a bunch and Piccolo needs to get hit a bunch, right? Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when ki is 20 or more. So I like that Gohan's got the built-in additional when he has to attack the build-up. Attacks effective against all types when activating the active skill or when ki is 24. High chance of nullifying ki blast supers directed at the character. Alright, so Gohan does have a lot of good things going here, right? So to me, this Gohan is seeming very similar to like a Gamma 2 type unit. He's going to be very offensive. Well, Gamma 2 attacks way more though, but like, yeah. So this Gohan, he's going to be an offensive, like attack a lot unit, but he's got the Ki Blast nullification to help save him. So it does still remind me of Gamma 2, right? Because Gamma 2 is like very offensive, attack a lot, still gets to respectable defensive stats, but then has nullification, right? So Gohan, and Ki Blast is the most common type. It's just not guaranteed. If it was guaranteed, this Gohan would be a lot better. But I do like that he doesn't have guaranteed crit anywhere or crit chance, but he does have effective against all types when ki is 24. And with this ki plus 1 mechanic, the hope is you can hit that 24 ki a lot. So with this Gohan, what that means is you are a lot safer to go lean into additional and dodge more. And I think giving this Gohan dodge wouldn't be the worst idea because he's going to be way less defensive than Piccolo, right? Piccolo's got that stupid 30% HP restriction. So Gohan definitely wins that, like, his whole restriction is way easier to get, his whole passive. But Piccolo's got 20% damage reduction unconditional, which is very powerful, right? And Piccolo's stacking defense. So I feel like they did balance the characters well, and they did give them an identity where, yeah, Gohan's more offensive, Piccolo's defensive. So I think they did do well in that aspect. Now, on paper, I think people read the kit, and it can seem a little underwhelming. Now, once again, I think I like a lot of what I see here. I just don't know number-wise if the percentages are high enough and how he's going to look in game. We'll have to see. But I definitely looked at both of these units, and I wasn't like, they're best units in the game, right? They're probably, I would say they're going to be maybe be in the top 10 range is probably where I'm going to see them on paper. Once again, if I see them in person, I could be more or less impressed. That could change, right? But the units are definitely, like, to me, good enough to summon for. Like, I'm going to summon for them. Like, I'm still hype and excited, and I'll talk about why in a minute here. But let's look at more of Gohan's thing here. So, here's the thing people hate. So, Special Beam Cannon can be activated when all allies are superheroes, starting from the 3rd turn, or when facing one from the 6th turn. So, literally same condition as Piccolo. So, it's a very easy condition to activate. It's just like, it's only the active skill attack that you see Beast Gohan. The animation is fire, by the way. Like, I saw the animation. It is ridiculously fire. So the active skill effect greatly raises the attack temporarily, does ultimate damage, and disables enemy action. And that was something I predicted was they would put enemy action disabling on that. So I think that him having the Special Beam Cannon is good. But what I did in my prediction video, which is I think what people wanted, was he first had an active skill to transform, and then once he was Beast Gohan, you would activate another active skill to actually get the Special Beam Cannon. That's what I wanted. And I will say I am disappointed that he is not Beast Gohan. Like, I am actually really bummed about that, right? Just like all of you guys all are. Like, I am bummed. All right, and then Gohan's super attack effects. So he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and then greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So he basically has the same raise on both. It's only for 1 turn though, and then it's Colossal and Mega Colossal, right? Okay, so I think that's about it for Gohan. They're just re-showing the super attack effects there, right? So let me just go back here, and I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a spiel about why, yes, I feel like people's disappointment is valid, but I also want to, like, kind of bring some people off the ledge and say, like, okay, it's not, like, as bad as y'all think it is. So a couple of things here, right? One is especially with Piccolo, we're still getting a new name Piccolo, and I think that's hype, and I think his kit looks really good. Gohan probably could be, well, both units could be better, right? huge disappointment because we've already got good Ultimate Gohans. Because I think what people wanted was they wanted this guy to link really well with Tech Ultimate Gohan. Oh, let's look at his links. I didn't even do that. Let's check the links out here. All right, so right here, here's the links. A million categories. Okay, so once again, that's cool. But let's look here. All in the Family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Infighter, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Comet. Yeah, this is literally... Oh, that's such a bummer. Yeah, I definitely get why people are mad about this. So with Piccolo, they're literally getting Legendary Power and Fierce Battle. That's like the bare minimum. And so here's the thing that's crazy. They don't get... Because I guarantee Beast Gohan would have power bestowed by God. But they didn't give it to him here because he doesn't transform. And I think because Piccolo is actually lives in Orange Piccolo for a couple of turns, they gave him like Orange Piccolo links, which is power bestowed by God. So they don't even have that. This Gohan could have had Brainiacs because this is like, you know, it's Ultimate Gohan, but it comes from the nerdy Gohan at the beginning of the movie, which I'm pretty sure that nerdy Gohan has Brainiacs. So literally this link set, this reminds me of like an STR Ultimate Gohan type link set, which is great, but guess what? He doesn't link with STR Ultimate Gohan. This might link okay with Tech Gohan. I'll have to look at, let me bring up Tech Ultimate Gohan really quick. I'm going to bring him up on my other screen. I just want to check out his links really quick. And see how well they're going to link up. Because I am actually super curious about that. So let me go into here. Let me look up Gohan. Because the thing with Tech Ultimate Gohan is he does start as just Gohan. So they actually will link all the way through. Let me just see what our boy Gohan looks like. Wait, do they already have... Hold on, I'm on the Dokkan Wiki. Do they already have his linking partners up? Oh, dang, they already have his linking partners up. Okay. So I can just show you the link. All right, I'm going to look up Piccolo too. So I'm looking right now at, yeah, the new Ultimate Gohan. So he does share 5 links with Tech Ultimate Gohan after transforming. But otherwise, I guess he links okay with the AGL Cell Saga Gohan, which a lot of people wanted to EZA, but we're actually getting Gogeta and Broly. LR Gohan and Krillin shares 5 links, but like they're not that good right now. 4 links with Carnival Goku, that's passable. 4 links with Namek Goku, 4 links with both Namek Gokus actually. So I could see Carnival Goku being a linking partner here. How about... And then the LR Goku Gohan Cell Saga. Alright, so at least Gohan has some solid linking partners. He doesn't have anything great, though, really above 4. Like, his best linking partners are 4s. Like, he's got some 5s, but they're bad characters. It's like Kaioken Goku. It's like that LR Goku Gohan that just got his EZA, which I actually have to watch a video on that because they upgraded him. I got to see what he looks like. LR Gohan and Krillin. And then Tech Ultimate Gohan after transforming, but you usually don't want to transform Tech Ultimate Gohan. Interesting. Well, let's look at Piccolo quick since he should be on here. Oh, and the free-to-play Gammas are on here already. Pan is on here. Okay. Nice job, Dokkan Wiki, man. You guys are on it. Okay. So Tech Piccolo Awakening. Who do you link with? Oh, God. Oh, wow. So his best linking partner is also only 4. Like, he literally, there's no character in the game that exists that can get him 5 links. His best is 4. And, I mean, he does have a good one in the STR movie Piccolo. So that is good, because that's on teams you're going to run with him. But even, like, Physical Dokkan Fest Piccolo's only 3. Like, all these other Piccolos are only 3. And then he actually links with, like, LR Vegito, because that power bestowed by God. And then, like, Tapion and Minosha? Oh, these are bad linking partners. Actually, okay. So Piccolo actually shares 3 links with Tech Ultimate Gohan pre-transformed. Interesting. So maybe Tech Ultimate Gohan between the two has enough links between both characters that you might run them on the team? Huh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I definitely see the link disappointment. I would have liked to have at least seen 5 links of him with another Piccolo, right? What we need is another LR Piccolo that's going to share legendary power that's like modern that will then share like a chunk of links, right? Yeah, I definitely get the disappointment on the links. So, all right, well... Gohan, I think, has enough partners at 4s and 5s that I think we're okay. But definitely could have been better, right? For sure. All right, so anyways, back to my discussion. Sorry if this video is dragging a little bit. But so here's why I don't think it's as bad. So I'm a very optimistic person, right? So what my optimism tells me is, all right, well, that just leaves that standalone Beast Gohan and standalone Orange Piccolo for another celebration, maybe an anniversary. Probably not the 8th anniversary, because that's literally coming next. I doubt they would do back-to-back, like, the same characters, right? So that's the optimism in me. But the thing that I'm seeing is, yes, we're disappointed that these aren't transformation characters, but let's look at previous New Year's, and I'm going to look at this from a global side of thing, right? So we'll start, and this is what year is this? 2019, right? So 2019, we just got physical Dokkan Fest Piccolo, which was a character previously released in Japan months earlier. And he was a good defensive stacker. He was cool, but it's not like crazy hype, right? It was just a single Dokkan Festival, kind of standard, like this is the next guy up. This is our banner. And I'm only looking at these celebrations, by the way, in terms of like the new characters, okay? I'm not going to talk about like the celebration as a whole. I haven't looked enough at like what we're getting to actually compare the celebrations, but I'm just looking at like the actual characters, right? So it was just physical Piccolo. And then JP just got, you know, whatever character they got. Like JP, you know, think of some of theirs. It was like the duo Dokkan, it was like Piccon and Janemba, right? And it was Goku and Kid Buu, right? Super Saiyan 3 Goku and STR Kid Buu, which they're good units, but are they like the craziest, hypest things? Like, yeah, it was decent. Like, that was probably like the most hype since what we're just getting right now, for sure. But I think of like Piccon and Janemba, and I'm like, ugh, you know, like not that good. And then I'm thinking of like, so like Global the year after that got Physical Angel Gold and Frieza, which very ridiculous good godly unit at the time, right? So that's cool, but just single banner, had STR Kefla on it. Then the year after that, it was Super Vegeta. So this was just, this is what, 2022? Yeah, so just last year. Is that really just last year we got Super Vegeta? That's crazy. But yeah, we've got Super Vegeta here, okay, for 2022. And Super Vegeta is a good character, but once again, it's just that next man up, like normal Dokkan Fest, like nothing crazy. And this is once again from the global side of it. So as a global player, to me, even though we're a little disappointed in the kits, that they don't transform, whatever, both characters I think are still going to be very good. They're still going to be meta-relevant units. Piccolo is a new name character, and getting Dragon Ball Super Superhero in general, getting it joined with JP, to me, that all is still very hype, and I'm still very happy and very excited for it. And we're getting things like new summon animations. What I've been told is that these animations are actually just for these banners, which is kind of a bummer. Like, I think they should like integrate them in. Maybe anytime they do something superhero, they're just going to throw these animations out. But yeah, like sure, the units could be better, right? They could be transforming. I'm disappointed with that. I get it. And I know there's a lot of people complaining about it. And who knows, if enough JP players complain, maybe they'll put a stop switch on it and make a change. I don't know. They did it with STR Vegito, but I would not get your hopes up for that. It is not a common thing that like the player base complains. I think it's literally happened twice in the game's history. So it was literally STR Vegito, and then it was physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks are the only two that I remember that like the JP player base complained and they actually changed it. This, I mean, it would take a lot, because what people want is they want Beast Gohan as a unit, right? And unless they've already been working on that stuff, they won't have that ready. So the only thing they could do that would be like a quick change is just make the kits better. But that won't satisfy people. People, they want the transforming Beast Gohan, right? Now, the thing that's going to be a bummer, which what I said was that I wanted, or like one of the optimistic ways to look at this as well, standalone Beast Gohan can still come as a separate celebration, right? The bad part is, well, are they going to do it like Gogeta and Broly? Because to this day, we still don't have a standalone Blue Gogeta, and we still have a standalone full power Broly from Dragon Ball Super Broly, right? Kind of crazy they're getting their Easy A's now. It's making me wonder, like, would that be the possible anniversary characters? But then it's like, if they're the anniversary characters, why wouldn't they Easy A during that celebration? So I don't know. But anyways, for me as a global player, this is way more hype than just getting like the next man up Dokkan Fest, right? So it'd be like on global right now, what if we were getting just Dokkan Fest Yamcha, and that was our New Year's? So like, to me, this is still way more hype getting this cool dual Dokkan Fest than that. Now I'm going to bring it back down again because we saw the banners, and these banners are going to be trash. So this is Orange Piccolo's banner. Now this isn't the whole banner, but this is kind of what we can see from it. Hold on, I want to get that video address thing off of there. So Pan and Piccolo, and I'm actually glad Pan is on Piccolo's banner because Piccolo is the one I'm actually a little bit more hyped for that I want to go deeper on. And Pan as a banner unit is actually really good. She's reminding me a little bit of like Xenopan. Just that build of like really good dodge, really good support. Like I think she's going to actually be very good. But like STR Goku Gohan, like they're still really good, but they've actually been on a lot of banners, and a lot of players have them rainbowed by now. And I rainbowed them on their initial banner. Tech Gogeta, we just had them, and I just rainbowed them. And then this Gohan, like, get out of here with this AGL Gohan. AGL Gohan and Int Cell have been probably the two most repeated characters in this game's history, I want to say. Like, they are freaking... I've rainbowed them probably 2 or 3 times over. It makes me want to puke seeing them on here yet again. And people want... And this is actually a big slap in the face, because people wanted this Gohan to be the easy A, and he's not. Unless they're going to do some kind of weird part 2, but I don't know. But yeah, that's really bad. Now, if Gohan and Cell easy in part 2, I think that will save the celebration for a lot of people, but I don't know that that's going to happen, right? And then here's the other side. So here's Gohan's, which, dude, the LR Go Bros or whatever, the LR, not Go Bros, but the LR Blues together, like the physical one, like they're not relevant at all right now. And a lot of players have them rainbowed. Int Cell, same problem as AGL Gohan, super old, super repeated. Everybody's got him rainbowed plus multiples rainbowed. So literally, this Cell is going to be a dead unit to most players. I could see a lot of players not having this guy rainbowed still, but they're still like a dead unit. AGL Cell is solid, but it's like with the new Gamma's Android team, like sometimes there's not even room for this Cell. Less players have him rainbowed, but that's still not like crazy. Like we want to see something like... I don't know, I know everybody wanted Gamma 1 and 2, like the Dokkan Fest ones. I didn't think for a second they were coming back. I felt like this was too soon. But with the way these banners are looking, they almost need it now to have Gamma 1 and 2 on there. And then this new Goten and Trunks, like, on paper, I'm not that impressed with them. They're just kind of like a generic damage unit. They're like an orb. I think they orb change a nuke, which is kind of cool, but they're kind of reminding me of, like, the STR Kid Goten and Trunks banner units. Like, so I'm going to pull and probably, like, never use. So this Gohan banner is going to be really gross for me, because I literally want nothing but the Gohan. Like, I mean, there's still a couple of units we're not seeing, but, like, they're not going to be good. They're going to be worse than what they're showing here, because they're not going to highlight, you know, they're not going to leave a good unit off of the highlighted part of the banner, right? So, like, I'm going to summon for these units, but I'm probably not going to go as deep as I was, because this isn't great. I do really like Pan and Piccolo. I can see myself going pretty deep, but this Gohan, I might just get one and dip out. And this Gohan, I do agree with people that say he's not going to look good at 55%. I do agree with that. He's not going to look as great. I mean, he will have the effective against all types in the built-in additional, but what I've heard is his defensive stat is really low. And I guess I could look at that, but I won't mess with that right now. But yeah, I definitely see flaws in the units. I think the problem was, once again, our expectations were transforming and like best units in the game. And they are far from that, but they're not bad. I would say if you are unhappy about this, then just don't summon. The best way to tell, I mean, obviously keep being vocal about it. You know, if you want to be vocal about it, let the developers know. But honestly, the biggest message you can send the developers is to not summon. Because they will notice. That is something they will notice if they get less money. That being said, I think this is still going to get top grossing. I think enough people are still hyped about it. I'm still hyped enough that I want to summon. But most of my stuff's probably going to go on the Piccolo banner. Because I'm more excited for Piccolo, I think. I think he's going to be really cool. So anyways, guys, let me know what you all think of this. So my bottom line is this. I am disappointed like you guys are. The units could be better. The banners definitely could be better. But I'm still hyped for the celebration. I'm still hyped for Superhero. I'm hyped to get free Gammas. I'm hyped to awaken the Gohan. I am still hyped for the units. My hype level is just lower than what it would be. But it's not as bad. And the other, once again, my other main message is like, yep, it sucks. But it's not as bad as some people, I think, are acting with it. And hopefully once we get them going and people see them, hopefully they'll be a little bit better than what people are thinking. And we'll still have some fun with them. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.